I'm going to tell you the real product every business sells. Are you ready for it? Wait, it's probably not what you think. Businesses don't sell products. They're selling certainty. Let's think about this. If you hire a lawyer, are they buying the legal paperwork? No. They're buying the confidence that someone knows what the hell they're doing. When someone hires a financial advisor, they're not buying charts, they're buying peace of mind. When someone hires an IT company, they're not buying servers, they're buying the confidence that their businesses will keep running. When someone hires a roofer, they're not buying shingles, they're buying the certainty that the roof won't leak during the next storm. Business has always been about reducing uncertainty. The internet changed how people gather information. AI is changing how they evaluate it. But here's the deal, the psychology hasn't changed. The principles have not changed. People still ask themselves the same question. Can I trust this person? Now here's where content changes everything. Before the internet, people had to schedule a meeting to learn how you thought. Today, they can watch 20 videos, listen to 5 podcasts, read 3 articles you wrote. They can browse your website, see client testimonials, watch your team interact, read your Google reviews, and by the time they contact you, they've already formed an opinion. Think about that. Your sales process often starts long before that first conversation. In many cases, your content has already been interviewing for the job. That's why I don't believe content is marketing. I believe content is pre-sales, removing objections, building familiarity, creating certainty. Here's an example. Imagine 2 commercial real estate brokers. One has a polished website with 3 paragraphs and a contact form. But the second guy has 50 educational videos, market updates, interviews with developers, tax strategy discussions, lease negotiation tips, commercial financing breakdowns. Actually, we have a client right now we're dealing with who fits B to a T. And I'm going to give a shout out to Bull Realty, Michael Bull, who's got the commercial real estate show, America's commercial real estate show. This guy has been producing content for 15 years, way before most businesses even thought about producing ongoing content. Hasn't missed a podcast episode in 15 years. Now that is consistency, and his business is monstrous. Guess which broker already feels more qualified before the first meeting? Michael Bull. Or option B. It's the second one. Not because they necessarily know more, but because they've demonstrated what they know. That's the difference. Authority isn't claimed, it is demonstrated. And content is one of the most scalable ways to demonstrate expertise. Let's bring this back to follow-up media. People ask us all the time, does podcasting work? It's the wrong question. The better question is, does consistently demonstrating expertise work? Because that's what podcasting is. It's just simply one vehicle for transferring confidence. The platform isn't the magic. The consistency is. Here's your framework for your certainty curve. Content, familiarity, confidence, trust, decision, advocacy. The sale often happens after confidence, not before. Here's an objection. What if I'm not comfortable on camera? Well, I got to be honest with you, no one really is. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to look perfect. You don't even need to be understandable. Authenticity beats polish when authenticity is paired with expertise. People can forgive an imperfect delivery. They rarely forgive unclear thinking. People don't hire the person who says, I'm the expert. They hire the person who consistently proves it. That's the difference. So if content isn't really about views, and it isn't really about going viral, and it isn't really about social media, then what exactly are we building? I think that's the most important lesson of this whole entire episode.